in a while. But to make things even more fun with the whole campaign trail, there's a movie out there, a Will Ferrell movie, called The Campaign, and that's Zach Galifianakis is in that too.
I see.
And it is really sort of a crazy movie. So we're going to take a look at the trailer because you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it.
It opens Friday, so here's a little peek.
Cam Brady will win his 5th term in Congress simply by signing the registration ballot. That's one of the perks of running unopposed.
Let's get this bad boy signed.
I don't know if that's supposed to be pushing or pulling. Hey.
Who is that guy?
This has been my dream, running for office.
You're challenging our 4-term congressman. How do you expect to do that?
Did I say that again?
They want to get my gold on the ceiling.
I refuse to lose, and I will win.
This dog has a lot of fight in him.
Marty Huggins? What do you got there? Is that a crossbow? Ah! Ho! Black Hawk down!
It is pretty crazy, and I have to warn you, man, it is an R-rated movie, and it gets crazy. There's a bunch of cameo appearances in this thing, and it's a lot of fun. And you see how Zach Galifianakis is. He's one of those guys that he underreacts to everything.
Right.
So you're waiting for something. Then Will Ferrell is sort of like that himself. He plays the dumb joke to the 9. So you wonder how these two guys would actually work together, the script or improvisation and that sort of thing. And this is what they had to say about that.
It's almost, we would almost have to take you through the movie scene by scene and kind of point out, okay, this part was written, this part was improvised, but yeah, it's a total blend of all of that. You go in with the script, and then once you kind of feel like you have gotten enough good takes on that, you start to just naturally start to play around with it, and we're comfortable doing that. Jay really encourages it, and it's really the best way to do a comedy.
That Zach is a real talkative guy.
I was going to say, did he know the camera was on?
Isn't that funny how downplayed they are?
Yeah.
Ferrell always wanted to do this, I'm sure, because he did the George W. show, and he had a good time with that.
Yeah.
So when they got out there, they got a little crazy with it. But it's funny how the energy is so down there, huh?
Yeah, it's way down. But once you take an arrow to the knee, it changes everything.
Black Hawk Down, baby.
Oh man, that is tough.
There's a guy named Jay Roach. He directs this thing, and he talks about getting these two guys together and how it helped him make a good movie. And the movie everyone really likes it a lot. So we'll see what he has to say.
All right.
That was what drove the whole project, was putting these two guys against each other in the most ridiculous possible arena, and that turns out to be politics.
Bankers, women, veterans, Filipino tilt-a-whirl operators are this nation's backbone. Salamat.
But it is a more high-wire act. There's less of a safety net when you have, when you're just relying on people's wit and the speed at which they can come at each other. And but there's a little bit of, believe it or not, the baby doesn't actually get punched in the face. There's an actual visual effect involved that made that baby's face ripple as it took the punch, and the pacifier and spit fly out of its face. I was going to add baby teeth bouncing on the floor, but I thought that might go too far.
It's one of those moments where everyone in this audience actually goes, ooh,
Yeah. I've never been to a movie where a baby got punched in the face, so this will be new for me.
This is really something special.
Absolutely, man, oh man.
We talked about this being a timely movie with the campaign going on, so dirty commercials, mean, and all that kind of stuff. So we did get Zach to speak a little bit, and this is what he said.
Yeah, I mean, that was on purpose as well, is to have it come out right before the big presidential election. Not to influence anybody, I don't think, but just because it was on everybody's mind, and I think people are kind of, it is a prime time to make fun of this whole process.
We have formed a exploratory committee. We're doing a lot of polling, but chances are good that we will stop working as actors and comedians and get into politics.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was tough. There's no way around it. That was a tough one, man.
It's really something.